If you guys have been watching the channel for a while, you'll know that I've been looking for a zero turn, and that's my new zero turn. Gotta lift the tilt deck. We got Michelle here. She decided to be off camera for this segment. She is one of the professional sales reps they have here. They sell Kubota, Scag. What other brands do you guys carry?
That's it.
Just Kubota and Scag. Now Scag is definitely what I would consider to be about as commercial as they get, right? Kubota kind of goes across the entire line, right? They have kind of residential, prosumer, all the way up to very, very, very commercial, right?
Correct.
I guess, where does a Cheetah fall in the whole lineup of Scag equipment?
It's just one underneath the top of the line.
And that one being?
The Turf Tiger.
Okay. Now what's the engine on this? Because that's kind of a new thing, right? They kind of, new Kawasaki they've put on this?
The big 38 horsepower.
38 horsepower. I guess they wanted to one-up the Vanguard by 1 horsepower, I think, right?
Yeah, you got it.
This thing is huge. Double frame. There's your height control right here. I got it with the 61-inch deck. Tires are massive on this thing. It's got a full suspension deck down here too, right?
Right.
Good deal. This is very, very cool. Awesome. Well, I really appreciate it. If you're looking at one of these, definitely stop by Ewald Kubota here in Corpus Christi and ask for Michelle. Thank you. All right, so what you were looking at is one beautiful zero turn, and this is a larger frame zero turn. This is the Scag Cheetah 2. This has the 38 horsepower Kawasaki 1000 series electronic fuel injected motor on it. This thing is super cool. 61-inch deck, as well as that really, really thick commercial grade build quality. Everything about this thing is commercial grade, and you know, when I first got into looking for a zero turn, I did probably what everyone else does, at least in this modern era, where they go to YouTube and they start scouring the web for comparison videos, what they think is going to be best for them, looking at what the experts are saying. Hopefully you're finding things that are unbiased and reputable. And I always turn to a buddy of mine, Brian, over at Brian's Lawn Maintenance. I'm going to put a plug for him because he is to me for lawn equipment what I am to him for trucks. So whenever I'm looking for something like this, he's the guy to call, and his channel's the channel to watch because he reviews all of this stuff and he gives a really comprehensive, good opinion on things. So whenever I was looking for a zero turn, I reached out to him, and this was a long time ago, and we've talked, you know, on and off about what we should get. And to answer the question why we even got something like this, because most of the videos you see where I go over stuff, it's out here at this storage facility. Well, we bought some property, and we bought a lot of it, and we're going to need to maintain it. And right now, you know, the people who do maintain it with a big old John Deere, and we wanted something that was efficient, quick, and did the job appropriately, and more importantly, could handle the size property we got without requiring maintenance, you know, every couple of months because something potentially breaking. So the units from Home Depot, from Lowe's, I didn't feel would cut it. After talking to my friend Brian, he didn't feel they would cut it. So we opted to go commercial. And if you look at Scag, Scag is, I believe, all commercial. I don't think they really make any prosumer stuff or any consumer stuff. They might, but from a commercial perspective, this, along with brands like Exmark, along with, you know, Kubota, several others, make really, really high quality mowers. And when you're trying to decide between one or another, oftentimes it comes down to little details like a suspension platform, a suspension seat, the larger electronic fuel injected motor, the deck width, what the deck is actually made out of, you know, what gauge material, is it 7 gauge, is it 8 gauge material, what the serviceability is, how hard it is to service. And almost universally what you'll hear from commercial operators is that dealer service is the single most important aspect of any tractor. All the commercial tractors are pretty good, but if you don't get the dealer support you need when there's a problem, that's really where you run into the biggest headache of owning any type of commercial piece of equipment like this. So this is super cool. They call it the Cheetah because it's extremely fast. I'll get all the specs on it. Some of the things I liked about it: the deck. The velocity deck down here is supposed to really suck the grass up and blow it out, and it's supposed to do a great job. It's got 3 blades in it. The suspension platform, because there is some mildly rough terrain on the property that we bought, so it's nice to have that, plus the suspension seat, which is also really nice. It has huge front tires, 13-inch by 6.5-inch tires. These things are massive. And then the back tires, they call them Super Turf from Kenda. These are 24 by 12. So again, it's got a very, very large footprint to it in terms of a commercial zero-turn mower. All of the controls are up here. Let me hop on so you guys can see a little bit more what's going on here. Okay, so from up here, it's got a nice little hatch down here so you can see all of your belt and drive components. You can adjust your suspension right here. It's got LED lights on it as well, which is really nice. A lot of lawnmowers have the spot for them, but then you have to pay for that specific feature to be added. Looking up here, you have your high and low speed. A lot of people say even on low speed, you really don't need to go much faster. Here's your blade height adjustment for cutting grass. Basically, you just drop this pin in the hole designating the height you want it to be. And again, a zero turn kind of drives like a tank, right? You pull both handles together, you pull one handle back and you push the other handle forward to make a turn. They're actually pretty easy to operate, just takes a little bit of practice. But yeah, this thing is super cool. If you're wondering what these are, some people refer to them as anti-scalping wheels or rollers. Basically, if you have a wider deck and you go over uneven ground, these keep you from scalping the grass and kind of making like this dirt cleared spot in the center of wherever that slope was. Again, I love this dual boxed frame that it has. You know, I was looking at a new Bobcat, the Z6100 series or the ZT6100 series, and it also had this dual kind of box tube frame on it. So when I saw that Scag had it, you know, that was a big selling feature for me because I like the robustness. Another thing that is more commercial is the bolt-on front section right here. You'll find on less commercial models, sometimes they don't have a replaceable front end section. It's welded in place, and this is supposed to make it easier to service. But I'd love to know y'all's opinion on this. You know, I know everyone wants to know how much we paid for it. We didn't get any kind of a discount on this at all, none. I mean, these units are so hard to come by. We had to put our name on a waiting list to actually get this one because they weren't even taking like a deposit. You either had to pay it completely off and wait for it, or you had to come pick it up that day, mainly because, again, they're selling so quickly and the manufacturers just can't get them out quick enough. And that's a very, very complex thing to think about when you're talking about mowers like this, because you still have to make a quality product. I think a lot of people could probably understand some industries that have taken a huge hit in terms of quality just to produce more and more units. You can't really cut corners on something like this. That was kind of a pun. You can't really cut corners. You can cut corners, but you can't cut corners in terms of how you produce a product like this, because it needs to be able to perform, and your reputation will take a huge hit if you don't create a quality product when it comes to a commercial mower. And I think most of you commercial guys out there that do this would probably agree. At least I hope you would. I really want to hear feedback from the professional commercial lawn mowing community on if they feel I got a good product. And again, I know I alluded to pricing, but pricing on this, they were asking $12,500 and we paid $13,600 out the door. So $13,600 for this mower. Now, a lot of people are going to say that's insane. You know, I kind of compare it when I talk to a lot of folks to mountain bikes, because if you're looking at any quality bike, it's going to be anywhere from about $600 all the way up to, you know, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000 for the super top end. And this is kind of in that same realm. If you want to buy a $4,000 zero turn at Lowe's or Home Depot, you're getting a very residential grade mower. And if you actually look on their website, you'll see that they're mainly designed for like a half an acre to 1 acre. And then when you get to like their higher end ones, you'll see that it's like 2 acres to 3 acres or 1.5 to 3 acres. And whenever you get to a mower like this, it's designed to be able to do that, you know, every day of the week, or to be able to tackle large properties like 5-10 acre properties, you know, very frequently without having to worry about possibly, you know, breaking the mower after just a short amount of hours usage. So there is a lot of maintenance that you have to do on these things, you know, past the 20, 50, 100 hour mark. And as long as you maintain them, I hear these things will last forever. But again, I really want to hear from folks who operate these things day in and day out, what they feel about it, what they feel about the Cheetah. I know the the size of deck width you go with is very, very personal. A lot of folks say go with the 48-inch so you can fit through fences, or you can get on smaller properties. A lot of people say go with like a 52 or 53-inch deck, or go with the largest deck you possibly can. For the size of property that we got, which is actually approaching 10 acres, we felt that this would be the better choice. And we actually have a few pieces of property. We typically were paying people to do it, but this now gives me the flexibility of doing it ourselves. And it is super easy to load on our Texas Pride tilt deck trailer. I mean, this trailer is absolutely fantastic. I use it, again, a lot more than people think, and this is one of the applications I use it for. Sometimes I'll borrow a friend's mower and we'll go out with it, and I'll load it up, and it just works out really well. It's very easy to get equipment on and off of. You do have to strap it down. That's really the only caveat to it. But other than that, it's just a really, really cool trailer, and it's worked out really well for us. But yeah, this is it. This is our new mower, the brand new Scag Cheetah 2 with the 38 horsepower Kawasaki 61-inch velocity deck. Super thick material. This thing is a beast. And it's what we're going to be using to mow our new property. Very, very cool. Again, I'd love to know your opinions in the comment below. I know I kind of toss around different topics every now and then, and I hope it's fun for most of you. You know, if you hate this topic, if this is something that's just not for you, and you're like, you know what, I'm going to unsubscribe because you made a video on lawnmowers, you know, just wait a day or two. You're going to have 3 or 4 videos on RVs. That's all I can ask. Anyways, I sure hope you enjoyed this video. If you haven't had a chance, please take a moment, subscribe to my channel, give me a thumbs up, and we'll talk to you again very soon.